might have noticed that I pitched the tent outside, but actually I'm sleeping in the car today because I want to see what it's like, how quick it is to set up. And I've got to use my new roof rack because I'm storing all my waterproof boxes on the roof to make some space in the car tonight. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is I don't have everything locked inside the car with me. I've got stuff at the moment just loose on the roof rack. Anyway, time for an early night. Good morning. Well, I can honestly say I slept pretty well last night. It's quite spacious and it's comfortable. I'm 5'10" and my head is almost touching the front seat and my feet are just about touching the back door. So if you're any taller than 5'10", it might be a little bit more cramped, but for me it's perfect. There is a bit of a space between the middle row of seats and the two fold down seats. You do need something quite good quality like a thick roll mat or even something underneath that, just to stop you losing half your body through the gap. Also, I woke up to an amazing sunrise this morning. You can still see the glow of it coming through the window, and I'll try and show you that now. So I've got exactly the same setup that I had inside the Land Rover. This double duvet that's folded over, two nice pillows, and just under here, I'll show you the roll mat. This is the same one I had in the Land Rover. It's really thick, blows up dead easy. It self-inflates about halfway, and then you just have to top it up with a bit of air yourself. And that's the model. Really good. I've used this tent before quite a lot of times, but only ever up mountains, so I would never normally carry bedding like this. So it definitely looks comfy, but we'll give it a try and see how it compares to the Land Rover. One of the things I've noticed about being in the tent versus being in the Land Rover is noise. I'm on quite a windy spot on top of this hill. It was windy last night too when I was sleeping in the Land Rover, but the Land Rover you hardly heard a thing. It was really quiet and I had a really good night's sleep undisturbed. Whereas in the tent, I've only been in the tent a few minutes, I can already hear quite a lot of noise as all the sides are rattling. One thing that I really did enjoy about being in the Land Rover last night was when I woke up this morning, I woke up to a beautiful sunrise and I could see it straight out the window as soon as I opened my eyes. Having the windows all the way around the car meant that you could just wake up and see exactly where you are and appreciate it as soon as you open your eyes. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to try some fell running before I go home, and so I need some sleep. Good morning. So I've got to say, in terms of quality of sleep, I think the Land Rover wins, and that's mostly just because of the noise. The tent was a lot noisier, woke me up a lot more times in the night, but also I didn't seem to slip around or move as much in the Land Rover, whereas here it's a pretty flat piece of ground and I still felt like I was just slipping down the mat a little bit, which didn't happen in the Land Rover. I'm not an expert, but I believe that the Land Rover has like a self-leveling function using the air suspension. But the view's still pretty decent. I'll just show you now. And now for the worst bit, I have to take off all my nice warm layers and get into my thin running jacket. I'm slightly regretting my footwear choices this morning. At least half of this track is supposed to be hard concrete or compact gravel. So I decided to take my road running shoes instead of my off-road shoes. And that was a major error because at the moment I'm doing about 4.5, 5 miles an hour and just slipping everywhere, so hopefully I'll get onto something a little bit harder in a minute. Definitely regretting my footwear choices. This is steep and slippy, and as you can probably guess by the speed, I'm not even really breaking into a jog, but I forgive myself. Nearly at the top. Wow, these hills just keep on giving. I've got to say, all that climbing has been pretty rewarding because now the views are amazing. Look at this. Look at that for a backdrop. Not bad, is it? On Saturday, me and my friend came for a walk down part of this trail, and there was people everywhere because it was the weekend. Now it's absolutely empty. I think I've seen 2 farmers, 1 cyclist and
than one runner all day. So I strongly recommend take a random Monday off work and just come out and see nature. So we're inside quite a long tunnel at the moment, and I'm amazed, just look at that this entire hill is basically propped up with a few bricks, and I know that's because of the shape of the tunnel, but still, that's a lot of weight on just a few bricks. There she is, home, the orange tent and the Black Discovery. I made it just in time too, because it's raining quite hard. I'm ready for some food, a nice shower and some dry clothes. Hey, so just a couple of final thoughts on the first proper shakeout of the Discovery. First of all, I wanted to decide, am I going to be using the tent to sleep in and just the Discovery to get to places? Or do I actually want to sleep in the Discovery as well and make it like a mini camper? As I already established earlier in the video, the Discovery was comfier and it was less noisy. But the big deciding factor for me was just the faff of sorting the tent out after the trip, which is why I've done this extra little video clip now. When I was on the camping trip, the tent didn't have a chance to dry out because it kept raining. So I had to clean and dry the tent when I got back home. And that took at least a couple of hours just to get it all sorted. So I definitely will try and use the car as the place that I sleep in rather than using a separate tent. And the first thing I need to do is get a bike rack, because having the bike in the car took up a lot of space. It was dirty and I was worried about damaging the interior. And to be honest, it wasn't secure at night because I had to just have the bike basically underneath the car while I slept. So in the next video, I'm going to get a bike rack on there, and then I'll find another little adventure for the second shakeout. So stay tuned for the next episode. See you soon.